Alrighty, kia ora everyone. Keeping the ball rolling here with these LEGO Cars 2 sets, today we're going to be taking a look at the spy protagonist and antagonist of the movie Cars 2. This here is set 8426 Escape at Sea, which released in May 2011. It retired that same year in December, so maybe the Cars line didn't perform all that well. The set here contains only 159 pieces in total, and technically it's got 3 characters, 2 of which are presented as cars, but the boat build itself is also a character. It originally retailed for the price of $20 USD before tax back in the day. Here in NZ that was usually about 50 bucks, but Brickset here tells me that we actually only paid $40 for this, which I don't think is too bad. Now the current aftermarket price for this thing today is very achievable compared to other retired LEGO themes. It's currently valued at $70 NZD sealed or just $32 in second-hand condition. The set overview here for this one is a combat boat from the opening of Cars 2, along with the main named characters of Finn McMissile and Professor Z. We see this sequence happen at the beginning of the film. We see Finn McMissile escaping the oil rig, where the combat boats are dropped in to chase after him. The set actually works as a companion release to this awesome looking grey oil rig playset that I've been trying to get my hands on for some years now. It's pretty pricey in the aftermarket space though, but you can see Finn there with some water skis like we see in this clip from the movie. The Finn McMissile included in this set is more based on when he manages to escape the enemies and uses those hidden submarine tricks. We'll take a look at the boat here first because it just makes sense. Naturally, I really love the build of this thing, but it wasn't until watching these clips here that I started feeling a bit more lukewarm towards this as an adaptation build. On its own, I think it's really solid, but unless I have my wires crossed here and this is actually based on a different boat design, it feels pretty off to me in comparison, scale-wise at the very least. I think it mostly comes down to the eyes there. It's a very thin design compared to the bulky style that we see from the movie. We have a sticker here of a 485 and I'm not too sure what the significance for this number is. The boats in the movie don't seem to feature any numbers on their sides. We also have this life preserver here, which I think is really funny because no one in this universe is going to be able to use these things. It's provided to us as a sticker design. That 485 appears once again up top, and we do see some weapons on the sides there in the form of some push missiles. We do see the boats attacking in the movie. The cannons do look a bit different, but I can't complain on the function at the very least being included. I'm always curious with big character builds here as to what's going on underneath. You may or may not be surprised to see that, well, there's nothing really. It's a very empty hollow body there, except for some bricks there for some stability holding that framing together. One of my favorite aspects here is the amount of room that's been placed at the back of the boat. This is because in the movie we do see the Lemons quickly boarding the boats to catch up to McMissile, so there's enough room here to display Professor Z. You can sort of manipulate it to have him on a slight angle there, but there's not too much room to work with there for that kind of a display, but it's still nice to see. You've also got the addition of 2 buoy pieces there that can be placed off to the side for your scene. This is just to further emphasize the boat and water aspect for this set for your younger builder, I believe. Now the character inclusions here were an achievable and affordable way to get some main named characters for the brand new movie. The submarine extras there do make Finn McMissile exclusive, and Professor Z would be re-released in at least 3 sets in total, with very slight differences between all of them. So the only key difference that I spot with this guy is that he's missing an additional accessory, so technically exclusive, but also the weakest release. This Finn McMissile figure here is very interesting. He includes some very special parts there and a very different release compared to the disguise variant that we looked at last time. He is basically the default figure, but we have some cool extras like wings on each side there, a propeller at the back, and a little grappling hook there too, which we do see him use in the movie, so it makes sense to be included here. You can remove these parts to make a more or less quote normal looking Finn McMissile figure, but unfortunately you're going to have some exposed areas which do ruin that style. So this here is a very quick comparison between a regular release, and you can see how similar the builds are there. It's almost identical, but like I said, those tiles there hiding the support bricks are what makes that design work. Finn's breakdown here looks like this, mostly brick built parts there for the base and the accessories. He then uses some specially molded pieces there for the back and front headpiece, which appears to be similar to the one that we looked at in the last video. It's a cool figure, and this variant's value is currently higher than that disguised one. He's currently worth between $9 to $22 NZD right now in the aftermarket space. And then this here is Professor Z, who is the main spy villain of the movie. This guy is a little car build, so it's very different from the previous releases that we've looked at, and he looks pretty fun and unique, using the aqua and sand green color tones for his build. He uses the same brick for his face as the boat does, printed expression too, which has a very sinister style compared to the other characters. I have to say though, this character just does not translate in this style at all to me. I never really liked it as a kid, and I still feel the same way today. They made him really tall because it was the best that I think they could do in keeping a strange looking shape for him, but even the expression looks like a completely different character. His breakdown is very simple, looks to be a traditional LEGO city part used for the base of the build, then it's just the middle chunk there with his arm, and the two aqua green bricks there for the face and the back. The roof are two Knights Kingdom armor pieces, and that's it. His value is very low, probably because this release is the weakest of the few sets that he released in, or maybe no one likes the guy. Well, it's not that low, it's currently worth about $9 NZD. And I thought I would throw this in here as well. Brickset also seems to suggest that the boat without stickers is worth about $13 NZD, which just really doesn't feel right. My instructions here for the set are water damage, and I have no memory of how this happened. Inside you've got some spy-like theming with some logos of radar imagery. The back here shows the set all complete, and then you've got this image here of the set, which is the cover art of both the box and the front of the instruction manual. We then have our inventory list there, followed by some advertisements showing us sets that we haven't seen yet in these videos. These two character sets are great. This is the pit stop release featuring Luigi and Guido, and this here is the spy mission area release of Holly and Mater. These next two are also very cool. You've got a massive scaled Lightning McQueen build, which almost works for me. The face is just a little bit off though, and then a really great build of Mac there from the first movie with an excellent Lightning McQueen figure inclusion. This next page here shows us some sets that we have already covered on this channel. The Flo's V8 Cafe set is a personal favorite of mine, then you've also got the Spy Plane, which we just looked at last time, and finally the Big Ben Tower set, which we will be looking at next time, so stay tuned for that one. The next page here shows the character roster from across all of the sets. This page shows us the McQueens, the Shiftwells, and the McMissiles, as well as the Maters of course. And you can see there that despite only 2 releases total, it says that Mater appeared in 5 sets, and the same can be said for the others too. You've got 5 sets with Lightning McQueen in them. Looks like Holly and Finn were both special releases each time. The rest of the characters there were almost all exclusives to their respective sets. Some really cool inclusions there too. The next page is an advertisement for a now defunct website. They had some games and stuff on there. Really fun times when I was a kid. And then you end with Max from the LEGO Club and the Winning Kid. Overall, this is a pretty cool release actually, even if I do have some issues with the accuracy and the figure design of the main villain. I appreciate the functionality that you've got there with the main villain character on the vehicle, and I like that special release for our hero as well. It was a fun release that was also an affordable option for all those out there who really loved the spy stuff from this movie specifically. If you enjoyed this look at a LEGO Cars 2 set, liking this video here and subscribing to the channel does help to support more videos like this one in the future. Thanks for watching everyone, ka kite anō, take care, hope to see you all next time.